Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Khanda, the water pastimes in Jagannath Puri. Let me see the title one more time. Yes, description of water pastimes and other pastimes. Jala Kridadi Varnana. So we read yesterday. So Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gadadhar Pandit, they are in uh, already in Jagannath Puri. We read that in the previous chapter. Of course, Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri anyways. Gadadhar Pandit is already there, having taken Kshetra Sannyas. So Nityananda Prabhu also arrived there. So now we are reading about the other devotees who came to Jagannath Puri for Rath Yatra. So devotees headed by Advaitacharya. So yesterday we read who are all the devotees that came. Advaitacharya, Acharya Ratna, Srivas Pandit, Gangadas Pandit, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Vakreshwar Pandit, Pradyumna Brahmachari, Haridas Thakur, and Chota Haridas. Then it says Haridas who lives by seashore. Vasudev Datta, Shivananda Sen, Govindananda, Govinda Datta, Vijay Das, Sadashiv Pandit, Purushottam Sanjaya, Shriman Pandit, Nandanacharya, Shuklambar Brahmachari, Sridhar, Kolavecha Sridhar, Bhagavan Pandit, Gopi Jagadish Pandit and Hiranya Bhagavat. बुद्धिमंत खान, आचार्य पुरंदर, श्री राघव पंडित, मुरारी गुप्ता, श्री गरुड़ पंडित, गोपीनाथ सिम्हा, नारायण पंडित, राम पंडित, दामोदर पंडित, and in this way, actually there are many devotees who came, but Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur said, I'm just mentioning a few. How many can I now mention? So many devotees came to the Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri. And also Advaitacharya having said good, taking blessings of Mother Sachi, he also came to uh, Jagannath Puri. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, listen, O my brothers, to this auspicious story. That means when these devotees left, when these devotees began to travel from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri, they were performing kirtan, and also it is said that all these devotees came along with their families, along with their servants, men servants, maid servants and men servants, like that. And when they traveled, they were continuously performing sankirtan. They were walking. Okay, they traveled walking, right? Like parikrama, they walked to Jagannath Puri, except when they had to cross rivers, they would take boats. And they were constantly performing sankirtan. So by their very presence, every place that they were passing by turned into Vaikuntha. It became Vaikuntha. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that listen to this auspicious story. This story is personally sung by Lord Anantasesh. Which story? Of the devotees coming to Jagannath Puri for Rath Yatra to meet with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is personally sung by Anantasesh. Who is Anantasesh? He is the first of all demigods. So they all arrived, and then we also read yesterday how they came to Kamalapur, right? First, when you go towards Jagannath Puri, first you come to Kamalapur. So in Kamalapur, we saw earlier also when Nityananda Prabhu came, he came to Kamalapur and he saw the flag, right? So the Jagannath, so the flag on top of Sudarshan Chakra. So when the devotees arrived headed by Advaita Acharya, they also came to Kamalapur. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood that the devotees are here. So he wanted to go ahead. Before they arrived Jagannath Puri, he wanted to go and receive them going to Kamalapur. And meanwhile, Advaita Acharya, as soon as he came to Katak, he sent one messenger ahead to inform Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we have arrived. So, and when he sent this messenger, he sent with a gift of Mahaprasad garland. So, this is what, so, and Vrindavan Das Thakur just starts off by saying, I was sleeping on the milk ocean. Means what? Who was sleeping on milk ocean? Lord Mahavishnu. That means Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying this. Why? Because when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, because of the loud calls of Advaita Acharya. So Mahaprabhu is saying, or he's thinking, I was sleeping on the milk ocean, then Nara means Advaita Acharya, shouted and broke my sleep. And then we'll continue with today's reading from here. It is because of Advaita Acharya that I descended to this world. Again and again, Lord Chaitanya spoke these words. So the devotees came, but he didn't meet them yet. But now he is in bliss that, and of course, not only on this occasion, even before also on several occasions, when we had that, when we read about the ecstasies of 21 hours, right? Like for 21 hours continuously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested his opulence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, most of the time, all the time, he would be in the mood of a servant. He would never allow anyone to call him Lord Narayan or the Supreme Lord. If anyone said, you are the Supreme Lord, he would close his ears. But on very rare occasions, that too only within his confidential devotee circle, he actually revealed his true opulence. So one such occasion was this ecstasies of 21 hours. So at that time, Mahaprabhu would say again and again, I was sleeping on the milk ocean. It is because of the loud cries of Nara that I have come. Like that. It's only because of Advaita Acharya that I have come. So here also Mahaprabhu is saying. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says, he's saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said these words several times. Which words? That I was sleeping on the milk ocean. It was the loud calls, and Advaita, Nara shouted loudly and called for me. It is because of Advaita Acharya that I descended to this world. Again and again, Lord Chaitanya spoke these words Lord Chaitanya was purely devoted to Lord Advaita, who was equal to Lord Shiva. Hearing Advaita has come, so now Mahaprabhu got the news. The messenger arrived and said that the devotees are here headed by Advaita. I am a messenger sent by Advaita Acharya. Here is a garland for you. So when Mahaprabhu got news, hearing Advaita has come, the king of Vaikunta went with his dear associates to greet him. So Mahaprabhu immediately went. Before they could even arrive at Jagannath Puri, he went ahead to meet with Advaita Acharya. Who did he go with? Nityananda, Gadadhar, and Sri Puri Gosai. All happily came. Puri means, I think, Paramananda Puri. Okay, Nityananda, Gadadhar, and Sri Puri Gosai all happily came to meet the devotees that were coming from Navadip. They were not in external consciousness. Sarvabhauma, Jagadananda, Kashi Mishra, Swarup Damodar, Sri Shankar Pandit, Kashishwar Pandit, Acharya Bhagavan, Sri Pradyumna Mishra, who was exalted with loving devotion, Sri Paramananda Patra, Ramananda Rai, Lord Chaitanya's doorkeeper, saintly Govinda. So we see devotees both from Navadvip and Jagannath Puri here. Govinda was in Jagannath Puri, right? He's serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was a sannyasi in Jagannath Puri. Whereas um, actually, all of them are devotees that met Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri after he became a sannyasi. They all met, except for Achyutananda, Advaita Acharya's son. He was a little boy when he was in Navadvip, Shantipur, but he also came to meet with Mahaprabhu. He became his associate in Jagannath Puri. Anyway, I'll read again. So all this list from 56 to 60 is the devotees from Jagannath Puri. Sarvabhauma, Jagadananda, Kashi Mishra. So Nityananda Prabhu came, Gadadhar Pandit came, and Puri Gosai, plus all these also. Sarvabhauma, Jagadananda, Kashi Mishra, Swarup Damodar, Sri Shankar Pandit, Kashishwar Pandit, Acharya Bhagavan, Sri Pradyumna Mishra, who was exalted with loving devotion, Sri Paramananda Patra, Ramananda Rai, Lord Chaitanya's doorkeeper, saintly Govinda, Brahmananda Bharati, Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatan, Raghunath Vaidya, Shivananda, Narayan, Advaita's eldest son Sri Achyutananda, Paninath, Sikhi Mahiti, and many other devotees were all there. So they all came to greet the devotees coming from Navadvip. Lord Chaitanya's servants are numberless. How many of their names do I know? Big or small, they all went. They all joyfully went with Lord Chaitanya. Neither external vision nor external consciousness were present in their bodies. What do you mean by external vision? They were not seeing what was in front of them, whether it is day or night, which place they were. They didn't have external vision nor external consciousness, right? How to behave, how not. They're completely in transcendental consciousness. And Athara Nala. So in Hindi, Athara means 18. Nala. So Athara Nala, I think it's like, it's a place, like a bridge. Athara Nala. So at Athara Nala, Lord Chaitanya, so like, there are 18, I think, pillars for that bridge. So that place is called Athara Nala. So Mahaprabhu is going to meet with the devotees from Navadvip. They already arrived at Kamalapur and they're coming further towards Jagannath Puri. Before they arrived in Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu is going to greet them along with all the devotees. Where did they meet? Confluence. Where did it take place? At Atharanala, that bridge, Atharanala. At Atharanala, Lord Chaitanya met lion like Advaita Acharya and the Vaishnavas. Then Lord Chaitanya went to Narendra Sarovar. Narendra Sarovar is a lake, Sarovar, right? So taking all the devotees that were accompanying Mahaprabhu from Jagannath Puri, as well as the devotees that after walking all that distance, the Navadvip devotees that arrived, right? Taking all of them, Mahaprabhu went to Narendra Sarovar. There, the two groups of devotees saw each other. Seeing each other from afar, the two groups of Vaishnavas at once offered Dandavat obeisances. Seeing Advaita Acharya from far away, Lord Chaitanya, the king of Vaikuntha, tears streaming down his face, offered Dandavat obeisances. So Mahaprabhu didn't even come close. From a distance, when he saw Advaita Acharya, tears started streaming down his cheeks. And then immediately he offered obeisances, Dandavat obeisances to Advaita Acharya. Seeing the master of his life from afar, by Advaita Acharya, when he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing the master of his life from far away, Sri Advaita bowed down again and again. You see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is looking at Advaita Acharya as a superior, always. And Advaita Acharya is looking at Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Lord. So he is also, so they're both bowing down to each other. He wept. Oh, Advaita Acharya. He wept, trembled, perspired, and fell unconscious. Advaita Acharya trembled, perspired, and fell unconscious out of ecstasy. The hairs of his body stood erect. He roared. He offered Dandavat obeisances. He did not see anyone but his Lord. In this way, the two groups of devotees offered Dandavat obeisances. They were all wild with love for Lord Chaitanya. Whether big, small, learned, or not learned, everyone offered Dandavat obeisances and chanted Lord Hari's holy names. Yeah. So when they offered Dandavat obeisances, they all became wild with love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they were all chanting Lord Hari's holy names. It didn't matter whether they were children or old people or grown-ups, men, women, educated or uneducated, learned, it didn't matter. Everyone was in ecstasy. Lord Chaitanya offered Dandavat obeisances to the devotees. Lord Advaita and others did the same. So both parties offering Dandavat obeisances. Everyone offered Dandavat obeisances again and again. In this way, the two groups joyfully met. They joyfully gazed at each other. They loudly chanted the holy names of Lord Hari. They loudly wept with joy. So looking at each other, weeping in tears of ecstasy, of happiness, of joy, and chanting the Lord's holy names loudly. Does a mere human being have the power to describe all this? Vedavyasa. So who's saying Vrindavan Das Thakur? I'm just a human being. What can I describe? What exactly was going on at that time? Does a mere human being have the power to describe all this? Vedavyas will describe it later because he's not a human being. Vedavyas is an incarnation of the Lord. So can a human being describe? It's not possible. But Vedavyas will describe it later. Lord Anantasesh will describe it with his 1,000 mouths. Seeing Advaita, Lord Chaitanya, huh? Who? Yeah, well, he is. Yeah, Rasapriya is saying, isn't Vrindavan Das Thakur an incarnation of Vyasdev? Yes, he is. But nobody says, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna, but he never says he's Krishna. So, natural humility of a Vaishnava.
And whoever is doing this is empowered by Lord Chaitanya. Obviously.
Who is empowered?
Whoever is describing, even like whoever describes Lord Chaitanya is empowered by Lord Chaitanya. Otherwise, they cannot do it.
Absolutely, yes. So it's not by a human being's power that it is happening; it's by the power of the Lord. So, and His power can come through anyone. Yeah. So that's the fact. And here from the devotees, his mood, that's why he is qualified. Because anyone who's doing such a work, who's empowered by the Lord, he's aware of his position as an instrument. Can the instrument, when you write a beautiful, uh, story, can the pen take the credit that I wrote this story? It's just an instrument. The person who's holding the pen and writing gets all the credit. Like that, a devotee feels himself like that pen, like an instrument. So many times again and again we see. Srila Prabhupada also on Jaladuta is writing, just make me dance, I'm a puppet in your hand. Not thinking that I'm doing something. No. They just feel like an instrument. Even though wonderful things are happening, they're always aware that I'm not doing it. So again, both sides. It's a fact, but why the Lord is making them an instrument? Why he is not making everyone else, others, an instrument? Why only that person? That person has so much love for the Lord, right? That's why he chose that person as an instrument. So that credit has to be given. You cannot just, brush off saying that, like sometimes some devotees, they say that about Srila Prabhupada, our Srila Prabhupada, that, well, whatever preaching he did, it is just done by the Lord, or Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he performed so much austerity. By his power, this movement spread, right? So he could have done it through anyone else also, like as if to say that by, by luck or by fluke, by chance, he happened to be the person through whom, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur spread the mission, as if to mean like that. So they just brush off the credit to be given to Srila Prabhupada, saying that, this was all by the power, by the devotional. Of course, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, never to undermine that. But why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur chose only Srila Prabhupada instead? He could have chosen anyone else. He had so many disciples. So, uh, this is very nice. Actually, recently I was reading that that's the Indian robin in our balcony. It comes and sleeps every night. Every night he sleeps there, and in the morning early, it's like about 4 in the morning, and he sings in the morning, and then he goes away. uh, so this, uh, yeah, Srila Prabhupada gives this example. I was reading, one devotee asked some question, right? Why some devotees, in spite of coming in association with a pure devotee, why they don't become, why don't they become serious, whereas others become serious? So Srila Prabhupada said, a pure devotee is like fire, is like fire. What happens when you come in touch with fire, right? You will burn. And the people that come in touch with him, they are like wood. This is Srila Prabhupada's example. They are like wood. But some people are dry wood and some people are wet wood. Regardless. So those who are dry wood, right? Well, as soon as they come in touch with fire, they will catch fire and they will also turn into pure devotees. So we were reading about Rantidev, right? All his associates, they all became pure devotees. So as soon as a dry piece of wood comes in touch with fire, it will catch fire. What happens when the wood is damp? So that will not catch fire right away. It will take some time. Regardless whether you're dry wood or wet wood, if you come in contact with fire, the fire will act on you. The wet wood that comes, that moisture keeps evaporating, and soon even the damp wood will become dry and it will also catch on fire. It's a matter of time. The dry wood burns immediately. The wet wood takes a little longer, because it is in touch with fire. It will also start drying up by the effect of fire, and it will also eventually catch fire. But the problem is, this is the important thing. Srila Prabhupada says, you are already in touch with fire. Now, if you pour water on that wood, then what will happen? Will that wood ever burn? Will it ever catch on fire? He said, this is the whole problem. You have come in touch with the pure devotee, you have come in touch with the process. So you should actually turn into pure devotees. Today you have from past so many offenses. Never mind, if you take to this process as it is given, it will act on you. It may take a little longer for some and it may not take that long for others, because of what they're already carrying from before. Material association. But if after staying in the contact of fire, if you start pouring water, that means you go back to sense gratification. So Srila Prabhupada said these 4 regulative principles that are given, if we follow those 4 regulative principles, then that's like keeping, not pouring water on ourselves. But if we don't follow the 4 regulative principles, the rules and regulations, actually, Srila Prabhupada didn't say 4 regulative, he said rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. Don't just keep it to the 4 regulative principles. There are other rules and regulations. So when you follow the rules and regulations, then you're not associating with material nature, then you are not pouring water on that wood. It will catch fire right away. So the bottom line is that piece of wood's catching fire depends on the fire, certainly, but just by having fire, it is not sufficient. The recipient also, so the fire is the spiritual master, is the pure devotee, and the recipient also. But however fallen the recipient may be, if he stays in fire and if he does not add more water, right, if he doesn't once again go back to his old habits, then it may take a little longer, but certainly he will also become a pure devotee. But the difference that we see, some people are taking quicker, some people are not taking as quickly, is because of their offenses, past offenses, and material. Basically, what Srila Prabhupada said is material conditioning, their association with material nature. So, but the pure devotee is like fire, right? So, why I'm giving this example, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he preached to all his disciples, but if somebody is like dry wood, like Srila Prabhupada, right, then they take it right away. Shouldn't we give credit to that piece of wood which was able to catch fire right away because it is dry? Of course, this example Srila Prabhupada gave to explain to those who have offenses. I am just using this example to explain. This is not the apt example for Srila Prabhupada's situation. But I am just using this example to say that it works both ways, right? Yes, Krishna is empowering one person, but why is Krishna empowering only that person? You should give credit to that person whom Krishna is empowering. Why Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita only to Arjun? Was only Arjun in illusion on that battlefield? Everyone else was also in illusion. Most everyone else was in illusion. But why Krishna chose only Arjun to speak? He could have given it to someone else. He could have spoken to someone else. Bhaktosi, priyosi me sakha cheti. Because you're my devotee, you're dear to me. Right? So Krishna makes Arjun his instrument. Like that. So when one person is doing, one devotee is doing really amazing, wonderful things, of course it is by the empowerment of the Lord. And the devotee in his natural humility will also say, yeah, I did nothing, I'm just an instrument. It is the Lord doing everything through me. And it is a fact. But still, why the Lord chose only that devotee? How exalted that devotee must be. In what sense? Exalted means how much he loves Krishna. And that love begins with surrender. Anyway, we can go on and on.
And that's why Hare Krishna Mahamantra's meaning is also like that, right? That give me service so I can serve you. So
Yeah.
that means that is the most desirable thing, because to get service also means that you have been chosen by Krishna
Yeah,
as be an instrument or whatever, to even to serve. Like if Krishna doesn't allow, we can't even serve, right?
that's a different, of course, when you say on what level, that's also important, right? Like just being able to chant Hare Krishna also, devotional service, 2 levels. So first, the beginning devotional service we get by the mercy of the devotee, not by the mercy of Krishna. That hand is extended, like when you go out and you give books to devotees, I mean to people, who don't know anything about. That's your choice. Or you can say actually not you, because you are becoming an instrument of Srila Prabhupada. So you are by Srila Prabhupada's choice, or his devotees, then your Guru Maharaj's choice. But for ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada is, he's the one who actually did what, and he's still doing through all of us. Whatever we are doing, he's the one. So it is because you have to be, to give that type of mercy to someone, you have to be at least a Madhyama Adhikari. So Madhyama Adhikari qualifications are there. But unless he gives, we see also he comes in dreams to devotees and then he'll give them Krishna consciousness. There is no Krishna's intervention. When someone is given an opportunity to render devotional service, there's no intervention of Krishna. By this devotee's effort, when someone surrenders to Krishna, and after surrendering to Krishna, he begins pure devotional service, sadhana. Then after he comes to that level, now Krishna's mercy will come to him. And by Krishna's mercy, Krishna will reveal himself to that person. So when you first get devotional service, it is by the mercy of Krishna, devotee. It's by the mercy of devotee. This is philosophy. And the mercy of devotee is followed by the mercy of Krishna. Because this devotee is so dear to Krishna, when he decides to give mercy to someone, Krishna is already sold out to that devotee because of his devotional service. So wherever he wants to give his mercy, Krishna's mercy will follow. Because Krishna is, he says, aham bhakta paradhina. I'm a servant. I'm defeated by my devotee. He just becomes like, like a doll or something. Wherever the devotee wants to give, he'll just go like that. So yeah, when we come to devotional service first, it's only by the mercy of that devotee. That devotee means, uh, if we are not, let's say Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So he took all the risks, and he came to the West, and all over the world he spread. And of course, for him to do that, he has to be empowered. And he, in his humility, he will say, yeah, I did nothing. I did nothing, like that. But he gave the method to all of us also. Whatever he did, he said, you can also do. Right? Don't take any credit for yourself. You simply repeat what has been taught to you. You try with whatever, God given intelligence and skills or wealth or energy, whatever we have, try and present whatever you have learned from the disciplic succession. First of all, learn it properly and then present the same thing to the world. And that's just our contribution. And there you can say, yes, we are grateful for that opportunity. This is coming by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Guru Krishna Kripaya Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. By the mercy of Guru and by the mercy of Krishna. First Guru. Guru Krishna Kripaya Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Like that. So we were talking about Vrindavan Das Thakur. Let me just finish this page and we will end. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is the one who has given us this scripture, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. And yes, he is an incarnation of Vyasdev. But in his utter humility, he is saying, does a mere human being have the power to describe all this? Vedavyas will describe it later. Lord Anantasesh will describe, because they are not human beings. They are the Supreme Lord's incarnation. I am just a human being. What can I describe? The humility of a Vaishnava. Seeing Advaita, so now both devotees are meeting, right? Seeing Advaita, Lord Chaitanya embraced him and sprinkled his limbs with tears of joy and love. So up until now, they are at a distance. Or the Andavat obeisances, tears and Haribol, Haribol at distance. As they came close, they just embraced each other. And then the tears of love and joy sprinkling. This type of love, uh, those who have love for Krishna, right? They will have also love for amongst devotees like this. Reciting a verse, Advaita offered obeisances. Advaita was bliss personified, right? Embraced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What can you expect? And besides, Advaita Acharya is himself the Lord. But he was bliss personified when he was embraced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he began to offer obeisances. And he recited a verse. Many things were brought with which to worship Lord Chaitanya. Everyone forgot. You know, oh, when Guru Maharaj comes, we are going to do this, like, first we'll do this. They planned out, devotees, disciples planned out. Similarly, when they were going to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they had planned so many things that they will do. And they brought so many articles of worship. We'll perform arti for Mahaprabhu and all that. But they forgot everything. In that ecstasy of seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they forgot everything, what they were supposed to do. Many things were brought with which to worship Lord Chaitanya. Everyone forgot. None of the articles of worship were brought out. They just remained there in the bags. Again and again, lion like Lord Advaita joyfully roared, I brought him! I brought him! The holy names of Lord Hari were chanted very loudly. I think the chanting must have filled all the worlds. So loud was the chanting of Advaita Acharya that this uh, and devotees are also chanting, but here we are talking about Advaita Acharya. I think Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, I think the chanting must have filled all the worlds. So loud was his chanting of the holy names. Forgetting everything else, the Vaishnavas chanted Hari and wept. Everyone is chanting. Embracing each other's necks, the devotees wept with joy and chanted Hari Hari. Everyone bowed down before Advaita Acharya. So now the devotees from Jagannath Puri who came with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are all weeping and chanting, and they're bowing down before Advaita Acharya, who made Lord Chaitanya descend to this world. How great. So they are all bowing down to Advaita Acharya. Both groups, you can say, they're all bowing down to Advaita Acharya. Then the two groups of devotees made a very loud kirtan. Who danced where? Who sang from what directions? Who fell to the ground and rolled about where? Seeing Lord Chaitanya, everyone became wild with bliss. Supremely glorious Lord Chaitanya danced in the midst of everyone. Where is all this happening? They were headed towards Narendra Sarovar. So it is said they met at Ataranala. Okay. So everyone is dancing, falling, rolling on the ground and chanting loudly. And Mahaprabhu is also dancing amidst the devotees. Nityananda and Advaita embraced. Like two wild lions, they joyfully danced with a heart full of love for Lord Chaitanya. With a heart full of love, Lord Chaitanya embraced all the Vaishnavas one by one. Lord Chaitanya, who is the devotee's master and life, held the devotees' necks and wept. By Lord Chaitanya's order, at that moment, sandal paste and thousands of garlands were brought from Lord Jagannath to welcome, to honor the devotees, guests that had arrived. At that moment, sandalwood paste and thousands of garlands, real flower garlands, not plastic garlands. Thousands and thousands of garlands were brought from Lord Jagannath. Seeing Lord Jagannath's garlands, Lord Chaitanya was happy. First, he placed a garland around Lord Advaita's neck. He's the leader of all Vaishnavas. So, first on Advaita's neck. With his own graceful hands, Lord Chaitanya placed garlands and sandal paste on the body of each Vaishnava. So many Vaishnavas came, right? Thousands and thousands are there. I'm just naming a few, says Vrindavan Das Thakur. And Mahaprabhu is personally going, and also the garlands are thousands and thousands of garlands. Mahaprabhu is personally putting on the garland on each devotee and applying sandalwood paste. Something to learn for us in our devotional service. Because when there is quantity, we tend to rush, isn't it? Like, oh, quick, quick, quick. If there is small quantity, because that's our capacity, whatever, right? One garland means okay, nicely you'll do small garland. If you have to make so many, then fat, you'll do quickly. Now you're cooking one item, okay, one sabji nicely. If you have to make so many, then but Mahaprabhu is personally taking care to each devotee personally putting on garland and applying sandalwood paste with great love and care. So with his own graceful hands, and you will notice when we see, advanced devotees, senior, like gurus like that, even Srila Prabhupada's disciples, you see how attentive they are, right? They don't do things in haste. If you just study their behavior, they do everything very carefully, even talking, the words that they speak, very carefully, selected, chosen words, right? Seeing with his own graceful hands, Lord Chaitanya placed garlands and sandal paste on the body of each Vaishnav. Seeing the Lord's mercy, the devotees raised their arms and loudly wept. My God, Krishna personally putting on garland on each person. What mercy. They just raised their arms and they loudly they cried, wept. Everyone grasped Lord Chaitanya's feet and asked for boons. They said, birth after birth, may I never forget you, O Lord. Right? Where can we find someone like this? A Lord so merciful. Let me be a devotee, a servant, birth after birth. I don't want anything else. Whether I take birth as a human being, an animal, or a bird, may I always gaze at your lotus feet. You see, they are not asking to go back to Godhead. They're saying, I want to remain your devotee and I want to be able to see your lotus feet. That's all. Wherever I may be. I may be an animal, I may be a bird. It does not matter. Let me have love for you in my heart. That's all. That's the goal. Prema means love. Destination, which place I'll go, is not important for pure devotees. They just want that love. And love means service. They want that service. Oh Lord, oh, because naturally, when you have love, what will you do? You will serve only, right? When you have love, think about it. What do? You want to do something for the person that you love all the time. You want to please that person. Oh Lord, oh ocean of mercy, please give this boon to me. So all the devotees are falling on the feet of Mahaprabhu begging for boons. Please give this boon to me. Grasping the Lord's lotus feet, all the devotees wept, staying at a distance. The Vaishnava's saintly wives, so he's a sannyasi, Mahaprabhu, so the wives couldn't come close. They were standing at a distance. They had also traveled and come to Jagannath Puri. Remember, the wives, the children, the maid servants, men servants, everyone had come. But the ladies were standing at a distance, who were all devoted to their husbands, gazed on Lord Chaitanya and wept. Their tears of love had no end. They were not different from the transcendental potency of Lord Vishnu. Lord Chaitanya said of them, in knowledge and devotion, they are their husbands equal. Okay, we can become happy here. Mahaprabhu is saying, so that, see, physically, they were, of course, at a distance. That etiquette has to be observed. Physically, men and women cannot be equal. But the point is how Mahaprabhu is appreciating them. He's saying, in knowledge and in devotion. In knowledge and in devotion, they are their husbands' equals. So, does that mean because they're their husbands' equals, now they will also come close to me, they will also embrace me, they will also touch my feet? No. That etiquette has to be followed. Woman's body is woman's body, man's body is man's body. Their duties are different, their duties are different. But
I
on the
wish to become a man always and be in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So I
yeah,
can
you can wish, no problem. We can all wish like that. But uh, but Mahaprabhu is appreciating even in the present, while we are in women's bodies. Mahaprabhu is appreciating. That's the important point. And although we may be doing work according to our bodies, still on devotional platform, he's seeing the equality, and that's what you see in Srila Prabhupada also, right? Srila Prabhupada also gave, but that doesn't mean because Srila Prabhupada gave equal opportunities for devotional service, now we claim to be, right, or we are equal. So externally, bodily difference is always there. And according to body, the duties are different. That has to be observed. That cannot be, you know, uh, uh, you cannot override that. But the important point is Mahaprabhu is appreciating them so much. He's saying they are equal to their husbands in their devotion. They are no less than their husbands in their devotion. That means there's no limit, right? If you want to render devotional service, you have all the opportunity, and the goal is also available to, regardless of who you are, right? In knowledge and devotion, they are their husbands equals. performing a Sankirtan filled with singing, dancing, and instrumental music, the devotees walked with Lord Chaitanya. Yeah, the devotees walked with Lord Chaitanya. In this way, there was a great display of love and devotion. Never have I seen anything like the joy manifested then. Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying. So he's obviously, when he's writing, he's seeing the pastime. It's as if he's standing there and he's watching it and he's writing what he's seeing. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, never have I seen anything like the joy manifested then. Going 10 dandas from Atharanala, Lord Chaitanya went to Narendra Sarovar. So danda is a measurement like danda, that long, that much distance. So 10 dandas means it's very close from Atharanala, from that bridge. Mahaprabhu went to Narendra Sarovar. At that time, the deities of Krishna, Balaram, and Sri Govinda had come to enjoy water pastimes at Narendra Sarovar. So in Jagannath Puri, the deities are brought, right, to perform various pastimes, various festivals. So which deities were brought? Krishna, Balaram, and Sri Govinda were brought for water pastimes, like we have the Swan Boat Festival in New Vrindavan, like that. So in Narendra Sarovar, they had water pastimes. There was a great tumult of Lord Hari's holy names. The mridangas, conch shells, bheris, and jayatakas made a great sound. So the rest we will read next Saturday. I wish we could read Chaitanya Bhagavat every day. It is so sweet, but
Yeah.
I don't know when.
I wish to be in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime and actually see and feel this ecstasy. Because no matter what I see or read or hear, Mataji, if I don't feel, it's so frustrating. I want to feel that ecstasy that, you know,
Of course,
I
you
don't
can.
know.
Yeah, yeah. That's a wonderful desire. So maintain that desire.
And I want to be a man and be in the pastimes. Can we close to-
Rasamya Sthiti.
I get so frustrated, Mataji. I get so frustrated when Guru Maharaj comes and I see all the men going and touching his feet and washing his feet, and we can't even go near him. I feel so cursed. Believe me, being a woman,
Yeah.
I don't want to be a woman again.
Another quote about chanting, right? I think the same thing the other day you were saying, right? When we chant, then we also get solutions to some problems and all that. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there's a quote in the temple on chanting. He says that by this chanting, whatever is there in your heart, whatever desire is there, it is fulfilled. So this is a good desire. You want to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and because Mahaprabhu cannot meet with women, well, Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi, well, even otherwise, yeah. child Mahaprabhu Nimai, he would play with girls, taking away their offerings to Lord Shiva, teasing them like that. But anyway, yeah, you want. I mean, you can have. Why not? Because the goal is you want to serve Mahaprabhu. So that's wonderful. So if you chant nicely, according to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all your desires will be fulfilled. So that's the way to go. Just chant more and more sincerely, attentively, nicely, and all your desires will be fulfilled.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mataji. Thank you for your
How
blessing.
is Jeet? Is
He got discharged today. He came home.
oh, very nice.
And he's okay. I mean, under pain medication, of
Of
course,
course.
because there are two incisions, large incisions on the abdomen and lungs area, chest. So whenever he's coughing, he's feeling that pain. You know,
Yeah.
and they had to put their hand inside his abdomen and make space. So like someone touching internally, there is a pain probably. So he's feeling that, but otherwise he's stable.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji, for your prayer.
Thank you. Thank